Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Well, Baba Ijesha has been considered lucky for not being found guilty of sexual assault by penetration. If not, it would have bagged a jail term of life imprisonment. And a lot of people have been debating over if it was 16 years or 5 years Baba Ijesha bagged as jail term. If Baba Ijesha's jail term were to be served consecutively, it would have been 16 years. But the judge said it was to be concurrent, that he is serving each jail term at the same time, and that is why he is bagging 5 years of jail term. For Princess on the other side, she believes that no matter the number of jail term Baba Ijesha is supposed to serve or will be serving, it can never replace what Baba Ijesha has done by stealing the innocence of a child. This comes while she was speaking to Arise News, and she shared a lot of things explaining that the reason why she fought so hard for the child is because she loves children, and a lot of people have come to her saying that she's not the one that gave birth to the child, and why is she going all out over it. At the same time, people are tired of Princess talking about Baba Ijesha's case. Well, in her words, she believes that this child is in her word and she is supposed to fight for this child. Aside that, she loves children and she has 15 foster children, and no child deserves to go through what a foster child went through in the hands of Baba Ijesha. She further explained that it was not just her own foster child that was defiled by Baba Ijesha, and that Baba Ijesha is a serial rapist. Although the court didn't convict Baba Ijesha to be a rapist, he was just a sex offender for improper and indecent handling of a child. Justice Taiwo had said that the prosecution failed to prove beyond reasonable doubt that defendant Baba Ijesha was guilty of all the charges against him, but found the defendant guilty of 4 out of the 6 count charge. Baba Ijesha was found guilty of count 2, 3, 4, and 5. For count 2, he was jailed for 3 years. Count 3, 5 years. Count 4, 3 years, and bagged 5 years for count 5. If this were to be consecutively, it is 16 in total. But because the judgment said it's going to be run concurrently, and which this simply means that when sentences run consecutively, the defendant served them back to back, one after the other. When they run concurrently, the defendant served them at the same time, and this is why Baba Ijesha is bagging 5 years. Well, sharing the video on a social media page, Princess went ahead to add a caption saying that this is Olariwaju James Omiyinka, aka Baba Ijesha, a convicted serial rapist and pedophile. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria that a celebrity is accused of rape and sentenced to 5 years in prison. Yes, 5 years is small compared to the crime he committed, but this small win would not have been possible without your support. May God grant us strength and wisdom to liberate more survivors and rid our world of predators like him. This was Princess sharing this. Well, the lawyers of Baba Ijesha have decided to appeal if they are granted. And he further stated that the judgment, the verdict, came as a surprise. Some part of it came as a surprise, saying in his words, well, yes, some part of the judgment came as a surprise, especially the conviction. We felt it ought not to be. The prison sentence starts running from today, July 14, 2022. But we will weigh our options and take the necessary actions. If we get an appeal, we will definitely ask for bail, pending the determination of the appeal. This was Babatunde Uridade, one of the artist Baba Ijesha's legal team. He was further asked if this judgment was given based on what the social media hullabaloo was all about, or it was influenced by the members of the public. Well, the lawyer responded saying that if you listen to the preamble of the judgment, the court said this is not made by what people have said on social media. When issues like this arise, we should all keep calm and refrain from making statements preempting the judgment of the court, who convenes in the court of public opinion. The court will always weigh the evidence before arriving at its judgment. I don't believe social media comments or condemnation influenced the judgment. The court restricted itself to the evidence placed before it. This was Mr. Babatunde sharing this. And on the other hand, the chairman of Feedman considers Baba Ijesha a lucky one as he wasn't found guilty of assault by penetration. In his words, when he was asked the question by the Punch News, saying he's extremely lucky because under our law, if he was convicted of penetration, it is life imprisonment. To go further, the man had indecent treatment of a child, and the child is very vulnerable. So thank goodness he, Baba Ijesha, escaped life imprisonment, because if he went ahead to defile or even rape the child as it were under section 260 of the criminal law of Lagos State, which states that if there is a penetration of a child or a girl, the punishment is life imprisonment. One thing about criminal justice is it will always be there for life. If anybody commits any criminal offense and thinks that after some years, 7 years, 10 years, it cannot be dug up, it will always be dug up. This was Mba Adaku explaining this to Saturday Punch. As much as some people have felt the pain of Princess and condoled with her, some people are asking her to rest and drop the case of Baba Ijesha. What else does she want? Baba Ijesha is already serving his jail term, except of course they appeal and they get a different verdict from what Judge Taiwo Oluwatosin had served Baba Ijesha, and that Princess should rest and stop disturbing people with the issue of Baba Ijesha. Well, Femi Branch, who is also an actor and colleague of Baba Ijesha, had something to say, and Princess responded that there are so many people attacking her in her DMs on social media here and there that is too much. She had initially stated that 2 weeks, 3 weeks of when the matter got out to the public, she initially regretted even letting the matter out. But eventually she realized that she needed to fight to the end and fight the good fight of faith. Here was what Femi Branch said concerning this. In his words, I'm yet to understand how Nigerians reason sometimes when I read some people's comments on sensitive issues online. The only thing I tell myself is that everyone, both the mad and the sane, now own a phone and small data, can now browse, open a social media account and comment on posts, including the so-called rapists, child molesters, pedophiles, etc. So naturally they would support their own, because how could any normal or sane person such an act with such attendant evidence? Most don't even read captions or bother to understand a post before typing this trash. They call it catching cruise. I celebrate your strength and celebrate your God who vindicated you. They say Shebi is now in jail. Why not move on? Forgetting that healing is gradual and the sentence does not erase the emotional and psychological scar, but only soothes it. God's got you there and your child as well, whom nobody even seemed to care about. I hope this counseling is helping her through this. She is so blessed to have a mother like you who fought for her. Millions like her in this country are not so fortunate. Love you loads, Damilola. And Princess responded by saying, at Chief Femi Branch, this brought tears to my eyes. You won't believe the number of attacks in my DM, and most of them are women. Thanks for speaking up as a father throughout the whole ordeal. God bless you. Well, let's hear your opinion in the comment section. And guys, do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment in the comment section below. Thank you. Bye.